Coyotes 6 losses, 2 were at the hands of Chico State. Alongside San Francisco State University women's basketball coach, Dr. Joaquin Wallace, I'm David Smock from the Toro Sports Network at California State University, Dominguez Hills. Glad to have you with us here in Ontario on this rainy Friday night as we get set for game number 4. We're now in almost a home stretch here. One game tonight of the 6th this weekend. This is game number 4. We'll have the women's and men's championship tomorrow night. And right now with the starting lineups, here's Patrick Brown.
Basketball championships here at Citizens Business Bank Arena. Today's second men's semi-final game features the number 2 seed Cal State San Bernardino against the number 3 seed Chico State. Now let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for Chico State with a 17-9 overall record, 14-8 in league action. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Vallejo, number 15, Amir Caraway. For Cal State San Bernardino with an 18-7 overall record, 16-6 in league action. At forward, a 6'7" freshman from Moreno Valley, number 44, Kwame Alexander. At guard, a 6-foot senior from West Oakland, number 5, Demario Sims. For San Bernardino, at guard, a 5'10" junior from Concord, number 3, Brian Goins. For Chico State, at guard, a 6-foot junior from Castro Valley, number 11, Rashad Parker. For San Bernardino, at guard, a 6'3" junior from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 13, Lacey Haddock. For Chico State, at guard, a 6'2" junior from Galita, number 20, Sean Park. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Moreno Valley, number 24, Johnny Bell. Chico State at center, a 7-foot senior from Gilroy, number 44, Jason Conrad. For Cal State San Bernardino at center, a 6'10" senior from Spain, number 00, Pablo Genevo. The head coach for Chico State is Greg Blake. The head coach for Cal State San Bernardino is Jeff Oliver.
This is the 35th all-time meeting between Chico State and Cal State San Bernardino. And Cal State San Bernardino leads the series 24-10. However, Chico State has won the last 4 meetings between these two teams. And that's the longest streak that Cal State San Bernardino has lost in this series against the Wildcats.
I'll tell you what, since Coach Klink has taken over at Chico State, they've done an outstanding job turning the program around. They're one of the elite programs in our conference right now.
Chico State as the number 3 seed, wearing their dark red uniforms trimmed in white and black. Cal State San Bernardino kind of coming out in almost light gray uniforms with blue numerals and some blue piping as we get set for our second men's semifinal. The winner of this game will face Cal Poly Pomona at 8 o'clock tomorrow night for the 2013 CCAA Basketball Tournament Championship.
You know, I'm interested to see how Chico State's going to come out. They won a tough game against Dominguez on Tuesday night. So let's see what kind of energy they come out with tonight.
Jason Conrad against Kwame Alexander for the tip, and it's controlled right away by Cal State San Bernardino. Loose ball, and it's going to be picked up by Rashad Parker for the Wildcats.
San Bernardino is going right inside to Pablo. That ball went off his hands there, but that was a good look for him.
Driving towards the basket, losing the handle on the basketballs. Conrad, 7 foot, 240-pound senior center from Gilroy.
The matchup between Sims and Goins is going to be something special. Both of those guys played against each other in high school. They know each other very well, so that's going to be a very interesting matchup.
At the free throw line is Jason Conrad. Gets the first free throw and gets the second one to make it 2-0 in favor of Chico State.
Chico State's coming out in a 2-2-1. Look like they're playing zone behind it as well. As you can see,
feed underneath, but Johnny Bell couldn't do anything with it, and the Wildcats come back the other way.
That's great patience there, not taking a three.
Well, when you have a 2 seed versus a 3 seed, anything is possible.
Well, what you have is two teams that are evenly matched. You have a 2 and 3 seeds battling. Chico State's coming out in the zone defense. They're going to make San Bernardino beat them from the perimeter.
And basket there for San Bernardino. Just like that, it's 3-2 Coyotes.
Yeah, they did a good job of ball rotation, getting out to the open shooter. It's going to be interesting to see if they stay in that zone throughout the game, because San Bernardino has some pretty good shooters between zones and 24.
And basket rolls in by Rashad Parker, the 6 foot, 190-pound junior guard, Castro Valley.
That was bad defensive rotation as Parker went to the baseline from the wing. There was no help defense whatsoever there.
35-second shot clock in men's basketball, down to 20 seconds. Driving towards the basket off the backboard, Kwame Alexander. Jason Conrad, his opposite number, with the rebound. Three-point shot attempt by Demario Sims doesn't go.
I'll tell you what, Dave, I don't know if Alexander doesn't make it in basketball, I'm sure he could be a tight end for the NFL. That guy has an outstanding body on him.
4-3, Chico State with the early lead. There's about 2 minutes gone here in the first half. And I don't know if he was pushed or if he was trying to get the ball to somebody, but
Pablo's having a difficult time right now holding on to the basketball, maybe nerves right now.
So Genevo, 17:49 to play, 4-3, still Wildcats by 1.
Chico State is doing an excellent job of spreading the defense out for San Bernardino and driving to the lanes for easy baskets.
Yeah, it's 6-3 as Chico scores again. Goins, off-balance shot is good. Brian Goins, and makes it 6-5.
I'm sure Coach Oliver isn't happy with their interior defense as well as their help defense at this point in the game.
Parker gives it over to Conrad, and Conrad.
Chico State is putting San Bernardino in a lot of ball screens, and San Bernardino was hedging high on the ball screens, but their rotation back is poor. Therefore, Chico State is taking advantage of it.
8-5 in favor of Chico State. Now for 3, hits the bracket, comes off the rim, and the ball's rebounded by Sean Park for Chico State. Chico State leading by 3 points, 8-5, and coming right back and scoring.
Chico State
Caraway with the bucket.
They're playing with a lot of confidence right now, Dave. They're up 11-5. San Bernardino has to do a better job on the defensive end. Maybe they need to go to a 1-1-3 zone at this point because they're not able to stop them offensively.
A 5-0 run here by Chico State, 16:15 left first half. Cal State San Bernardino needs a defensive stop and get some points on the board. Otherwise, Chico State at this rate may be able to blow the Coyotes out of the arena. Conrad going to the basket.
That was an excellent entry pass from Demario Sims into their post player. He sealed them perfectly. They got the ball on the baseline. He made a move to the basket. Should have made the basket, but he'll shoot 2 free throws here.
So Jason Conrad at the free throw line for the Wildcats. That's now 12-5, exactly the 16-minute mark. So
checking in for the Coyotes.
4 minutes gone, and already a 7-point lead.
Juan Martinez entering the game for Cal State San Bernardino.
I'll tell you what, Pablo definitely is out early. On the offensive end, he's not playing well, giving up some baskets defensively. Oliver put him on the bench right here.
And the next one in and out, so 12-5. 7-point lead for Chico State, their biggest of the ball game. Under 16 minutes to go.
There's Goins getting inside penetration.
Trying to go to the basket, Kwame Alexander. The pass intercepted by Rashad Parker. For Chico State, driving to the basket and scoring is Amir Caraway. And Caraway, he's off to a strong start for the Wildcats. 14-5, 9-point lead, biggest of the ball game.
Needed to secure that rebound. Second chance points could be big. There's a basket on that. Let's keep that now, keep that count. There's 1 second chance point, and there's a bucket outside of that.
14-7, Chico State leading the number 2 seed, Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes. Winner to face Cal Poly Pomona tomorrow night for the 3rd time this season. Oh, nice feed underneath, and the stuff by Caraway.
They're doing a great job of spreading them out, and they dunked on Alexander. Kwame Alexander, one of the best, most athletic players in our conference. So Chico State bench is really excited at this point. Look for Alexander to come back with a dunk.
And trying to dunk with a slam is Kwame Alexander. That one doesn't go, and the Chico State faithful all excited about that. Timeout on the floor. 14:45 to play in the first half. It's the Chico State Wildcats 16 and the Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes 7.
You knew that was going to happen there, Dave. Kwame Alexander gives up the dunk on his end of the floor. He was really determined to come down and do the same thing against Chico State. He gets a foul there for a one-on-one.
It would have been an exciting play had he made it.
Exactly.
But he didn't. But you're right, he's going to draw the foul. When we heard a band warming up, we thought it was Cal Poly Pomona, but kind of coming in during the warm-ups, the Cal State San Bernardino pep band here, along with their cheerleaders, entertaining the fans on this rainy Friday night. I'm not sure if it's still raining outside, but we understand that today's baseball game between Cal State Dominguez Hills and Cal Poly Pomona in Pomona was postponed due to rain. A doubleheader tomorrow at Toro Field in Carson starting at 11 o'clock, and then the game that was postponed today will be played at Pomona on Sunday.
Yeah, I thought it never rains in Southern California. That's what they always say.
Only at the CCAA tournament and the Disney Classic in Anaheim. We've done the Disney Classic twice at the beginning of the season, 2011, 2012, rained both times. Had the prospect of rain, well, actually it did rain 2009 in San Bernardino with the CCAA basketball tournament. Had the threat of rain, only a couple of drops 3 years ago in Arcata, and rain this weekend here in Ontario. So those are the 2 events.
Okay, I guess we have to schedule around that.
Exactly. The other 355 days out of the year or so it doesn't rain.
So obviously, when they wrote that song, they didn't write it around the CCA plays.
Exactly. Kwame Alexander makes the second one. It's now 16-9, 7-point lead for Chico State. Coming up 14 minutes, 39 seconds to go, first half.
Chico State's running a lot of ball screens, a 4-out, 1-in offense, penetration and kick, and great shot, good dish by Sims.
So a very good basket by Amir Caraway. And this is something, our theme all day long today, Doc, is the fact that we're talking about players who will step up and play better than maybe they have during the regular season.
Exactly. Well, Chico State is a fine basketball team. They've beaten San Bernardino twice already, so they really believe that they can win the basketball game.
Joshua Gooch with the basket for Cal State San Bernardino. Speaking of Caraway, 11.2 points per game, but I almost feel like he's already halfway there, and we're not in the halfway point of the first half.
I agree. It looks as though San Bernardino is trying to pick up their defensive intensity, but as you can see here, they're spreading the floor out, and their weak side defense is not good at all for San Bernardino.
Sean Park with the basket, 21-12, 9-point lead for Chico State. 13:35 to play first half over Cal State San Bernardino, but there's a 3-point basket by Brian Goins. Goins, 5'10", 165-pound junior guard from Concord.
Yeah, he's a pretty special basketball player. Outstanding season, can shoot the ball really well, can distribute in the offense.
Driving towards the basket with the layup, Rashad Parker, the 6', 190-pound junior guard from Castro Valley. And it's 23-15, 8-point lead for Chico State over Cal State San Bernardino, coming up on the 13-minute mark.
I tell you, Coach Oliver is not happy right now. Chico State is just getting layup after layup on every possession at this point.
Fadeaway shot is good by Lacey Haddock. Haddock, a 6'3", 185-pound junior guard from Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's 23-18, 5-point lead for the Wildcats over the Coyotes.
There's a deflection steal. Let's see what happens. Can San Bernardino make them pay for that?
Haddock for three, short, off the rim, and the ball rebounded by Rashad Parker for Chico State.
I don't like that shot, Dave. You had the momentum going. You don't need a three. Run your offense. Try to get an easy bucket.
12:21 left in the first half. 5-point lead by the number 3 seed Chico State over the number 2 seed Cal State San Bernardino. And the missed shot is quickly rebounded for Cal State San Bernardino by Joshua Gooch. 2-possession ball game. Tommy Alexander feeding underneath the basket, double team, trying to get the shot up and in. And Gooch does that, and 20 on the board now for the Coyotes, and it's a 1-possession ball game as Chico State leads 23-20. Timeout on the floor, 11:45 to play here in the first half.
That's what I was saying, Dave. I felt the shot that they took in early transition wasn't the best shot because, as you can see, they're going inside. They're getting easy shots inside. So why do I need to settle for that shot early in the shot clock? Be confident, be fundamentally sound, run your offense, and you're going to get a great look inside. They have nobody who can handle Alexander down low. You have Alexander down low, you have Goins outside. You got a nice inside-out action going on right there.
So a 3-point lead. As the teams come back out onto the Citizens Business Bank Arena floor, and I think everybody I've talked to today is absolutely jaw-dropping at the beauty of this facility out here in Ontario. And of course, this is the home of the Ontario Reign minor league hockey team. In fact, they played the Las Vegas Wranglers last night in the East Coast Hockey League game. Basketball here tonight. Next weekend, CIF Southern Section, Southern California Regionals will be here.
It looks as though San Bernardino switched to their 1-1-3 zone defense right now.
Fadeaway shot, air ball by Spencer Moyer. Moyer, 6', 170-pound senior guard from San Diego. And another timeout on the floor, 11:22 to play in the first half. Chico State 23, Cal State San Bernardino 20.
Dave, what you have here, you have San Bernardino, Cal Poly Pomona, and San Francisco State all play the same 1-1-3 defense. Now you see San Bernardino, they're going to play their 1-1-3. They're going to force Chico State to beat them from the perimeter because they're having a hard time defending them in the half-court open set.
David Smock along with Dr. Joaquin Wallace. Glad to have you with us. Been a long day, but a fun day. Can't believe we're in game number 4 already, and it sounds like we've only seen 2 games because these games, and credit to the officials and the coaches, these games have been moving along.
I would agree. The officials have done an outstanding job for actually all 3 games we've seen thus far. When you can coach a basketball game and you can't remember who the officials were, that means that was a great basketball game. And I do believe we haven't had any suspicious calls or anything outside of that through all 3 games. So they've done an outstanding job.
You know, the officials have been invisible, and that's the way they like it. So 23-20, 11:22 to go first half.
This is a key possession for San Bernardino. Can they get a stop right here?
Doc and I will be back here tomorrow with the women's championship game at 5:30. Cal State LA, an upset winner over Chico State. They'll take on UC San Diego. Then Mike Baca and Doc will have the call of the 8 o'clock game. Unless Chico wins. If Chico wins, then I'll be doing the play-by-play with Mike Baca on radio on KPAY AM 1290 in Chico. In fact, he's down there calling the game right now. Also on Stretch Internet, go to ChicoWildcats.com. You can find the link for the internet radio broadcast. But I hope you'll stick with us here on Liquid Event TV. Shot clock down to 20 seconds, coming up 11 minutes to play here in the first half. Now 15 to shoot, and a little fadeaway jump shot by Goins. Rebound, reset to the 35-second shot clock, and the ball put up and in by Johnny Bell.
That was an excellent move by Goins. A little bit of shake and bake, got in the middle, made the shot. San Bernardino got the old board and made the putback.
And now it's a one-point ball game.
Chico State has not scored, Dave, since they went to the 1-1-3.
Well, a beautiful basket by Spencer Moyer, 6 foot, 170-pound senior guard from San Diego, and it's 26-22 Chico.
That's their first basket since they went to the 1-1-3. Let's see if San Bernardino stays in it. Pablo has been inserted back into the game. He's the biggest player on the floor. Look for him. Look for San Bernardino. Try to get the ball inside, take advantage of his height. Actually, they just checked him out. Kwame Alexander just checked back in.
10-13 to go first half, coming up on the midway point of the first 20 minutes. With the basketball, Haddock, off balance shot, ball tip, and picking up the loose ball, Spencer Moyer for the Wildcats.
That's great transition offense.
Three-point shot misses by Stanlin.
You know what? The officials were good there. They didn't call anything. That could have went either way. They let the teams play. That was a good no call.
Cal State San Bernardino will have possession just under the 10-minute mark. 9:56 to go until halftime. 26-22, very entertaining ball game here in Ontario between the number 3 and number 2 seeds of the tournament.
You see Goins is trying to break the defense down inside to Kwame Alexander. Excellent job of dribble penetration into the zone, suck the defense in, and put a dump down.
Haddock gets the assist, and I don't know, but for a second there, it looked like he almost traveled.
Yeah, it looked like he did, but he got away with that one. But again, I think the officials doing a great job so far.
Well, even though they're out there, they don't see everything. It's just impossible to with so many players on the floor, 10 of them, you're trying to watch every play.
Exactly.
26-24, Chico State by 2 points. Fadeaway shot for 3 by Parker, and coming up with the rebound for the Coyotes is Johnny Bell. Bell, a 6'3", 175-pound senior guard from Moreno Valley.
Cal State San Bernardino has a chance to take the lead or tie the game since they've employed the 1-1-3 zone defense.
26-24. Feed underneath, trying to get a shot away. The scorer is Bell. Loose ball, save. Great play by Rashad Parker, and Chico State comes back on offense right to left.
That basket needed to be made. He had an opportunity as a point-blank shot. Got to make that basket in that situation.
8.5 minutes until halftime. Chico State 26, San Bernardino 24. 35-second shot clock, down to 12 to shoot for the Wildcats. Going towards the basket, one hop off the rim. The attempt by Rashad Parker. And foul's going to be called. Johnny Bell called for his first personal foul, and I think they said 15 foul against San Bernardino.
Yeah, he went over the back on that foul. Box out. Chico State did a good job of boxing him out.
The Wildcats leading the Coyotes still by 2 points, 8:16 left.
Officials are really letting them play down there. A lot of banging going on.
I was going to say, as long as it doesn't get too chippy, as far as the players maybe, starting to be annoyed by maybe some of the defensive pressure, go ahead and let them play. James Stanlin comes in the big basket, 6'7", 215-pound senior forward from Ventura.
The officials clearly know this. This is the number 2 and number 3 ranked teams. They're going to let the players. They're going to let the players figure this game out. They don't have anything to do with this game. Let the players figure it out.
The officials, they see the standings just like anybody else. Not that it affects them, but they realize what's at stake here. And a ball rebounded by Johnny Bell for San Bernardino, and the Coyotes now trailing by 5, 29-24. Shot by Lacey Haddock comes off the rim, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul. Haddock, 6'3", 185-pound junior guard from Las Vegas, Nevada. And now there's going to be a timeout on the floor, second media timeout. 7 minutes, 25 seconds to play in the first half here in Ontario. The Chico State Wildcats 29 and the Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes 24.
If I'm San Bernardino right now, we're down by 5 points at the 7-minute mark. I like where I'm at right now. Chico State jumped on them early. They've been able to come back strategically, making their shots, walking them down. So right now, Chico State is up by 5, but clearly I do believe that the momentum has swung towards San Bernardino in the last 5 minutes of the game.
7 minutes and 25 seconds until the break. Chico State 5-5. Let's listen to the Cal State San Bernardino pep band. March Madness in full swing at the Citizens Business Bank Arena. Hope you'll be out here tomorrow. Women's championship game at 5:30. Men's game at 8 o'clock. 1 ticket, 2 games. Championships on the line. The winners will automatically receive an invitation to the NCAA West Regionals next weekend. The sites and opponents to be announced by the NCAA probably on Monday.
I tell you, that women's game is going to be something special between Cal State LA and UC San Diego.
Well, Cal State LA, they played so well today, they're going to give UC San Diego a game as Kwame Alexandra scores, and it's now 29-26 Chico State by 3 points, 7:09 left in the half.
Yeah, they did an excellent job of getting the ball inside. As I said before, they have no answer for Alexandra.
And long shot attempt by Sean Park. And now a 3-point basket here for Cal State San Bernardino can tie up the ball game.
Goins does an excellent job of penetrating, finding the open man.
And the shot underneath, 3 attempts, and the ball is rebounded by Jordan Semple for the Wildcats.
Another point-blank shot missed by San Bernardino. Those will add up late in the game.
And we're now at the 6.5-minute mark. And the Chico State Wildcats 69, the Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes 26.
After the foul, the ball's awarded to the Coyotes.
Cal State San Bernardino is getting every shot they want due to the dribble penetration by their guards. They just have to be able to finish inside.
Chico State's been stuck at 29 points on the scoreboard for about the last minute and a half.
There it again. You see that the dribble penetration is
in and out on the shot by Bell.
Yeah, you can see it. They're getting inside. They're kicking the ball out. That's a great move by DeMario there.
Still a 3-point lead for the Wildcats. Shot comes off on the attempt by Caraway, and the ball is rebounded by Johnny Bell for the Coyotes.
Coach Klink is not happy. He felt that was a foul. They let the players play.
And Kwame Brown with the easy layup. And now it's a 1-point ball game, 29-28. Chico State by 1, 5:45 remaining in the first half. Mario Sims driving towards the basket. There's going to be a whistle and see what the foul is called against.
Excellent job by DeMario getting to the inside the teeth of the defense, creating a foul. He'll be shooting 2.
5:39 left in the first half. This one's kind of gone according to script, so to speak. In fact, that we thought this game in the first half would be very close. We'll see what adjustments are made. DeMario Sims at the free throw line for Chico State out of West Oakland from the Kleinman's High School.
I remember DeMario when he was in high school. They won a state championship while he was at McClymonds High School, so I remember watching him while he was in high school. He's really come a long way.
And the next one comes off the rim. In fact, he missed both of them, so it still remains a 1-point lead for Chico State, 29-28. 5.5 to go in the first.
In a game like this where it's going to be close, free throws are extremely important. You have to be able to knock those down.
And almost looking like he was going to slam it, but easy layup, Joshua Gooch. And it's 30-29, Cal State San Bernardino as they retake the lead. And again, stuck at 29 points now for several minutes. Chico State's gone cold. And Brown comes up with the ball.
As I mentioned to you, Dave, they're struggling in their zone offense against San Bernardino's defense.
30-29, Cal State San Bernardino. The Coyotes leading the Wildcats of Chico State with 4:45 until halftime. And a nice easy layup and the score by Brian Goins. Now all of a sudden you kind of feel the momentum shift towards Cal State San Bernardino.
As I mentioned earlier, Goins does an excellent job of getting inside, making plays for other players, and he has the ability to finish around the rim as well.
Chico State been cold for several minutes trying to go to the basket, and scoring is Amir Caraway.
That's an excellent basket by Caraway going inside against Alexander. Alexander does not want to foul. They need him in the game. I'll try to attack him again on offense.
That's the first field goal for Chico State in almost 4 minutes.
There's a turnover there. Chico State has to convert here. They don't need to be in a hurry. They just need to make a play. There's a turnover.
Yeah, Rashad Parker had it. DeMario Sims went up and couldn't hold on to the basketball. Those unforced errors can sometimes decide a ball game, especially in a game of this magnitude. Three-pointer in and out. And the ball is rebounded by Caraway for the Wildcats.
Chico is lucky. That could have been a three-point play. They could have been down by 4. Sims needs to slow it down, make sure they get a good shot.
3.5 minutes left in the first half. Coyotes 32, Wildcats 31. Parker loses the ball. The pass to Haddock. Now Haddock can't hold on to it. And there's a timeout on the floor. 3 minutes, 16 seconds to play in the ball game, the Rush, here in the first half. And it's Cal State San Bernardino 32, Chico State 31.
Couple possessions, sloppy basketball by both teams. Chico State had a couple of opportunities to score. San Bernardino comes down. They have a couple opportunities to score. One of the things we talk about as a coach, don't turn a turnover into a turnover. So you get a turnover on your end of the floor. You don't want to turn the ball back over. You want to be able to convert. And that was a perfect example. San Bernardino gets a turnover in open court, and they turn the ball right back over. That could be deflating to the team that's actually getting the turnover.
32-31, Cal State San Bernardino leading Chico State. Alongside the doc, Dr. Joaquin Wallace, the women's basketball head coach at San Francisco State. I'm David Smock from the Toro Sports Network at California State University, Dominguez Hills. Glad to have you with us here on Liquid Event TV. We're our 4th game. Starting to get a little loopy.
Yeah, this is a long day, but I tell you what, it was daylight when I walked in. It's night now, so you know I got to put my hotel in my navigation unit because I definitely don't remember how to get there.
But the good news for us is we'll be able to sleep in tomorrow because the women's championship game, Cal State LA versus UC San Diego, doesn't tip off to 5:30, so chance to rest up and redo our notes and get ready for tomorrow.
Unfortunately, Dave, I can't sleep because I have a meeting, a head coach's meeting tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to be up at 7 from a meeting from 8 to 12 tomorrow.
Well, think about that when I'm waking up around about 9 o'clock, hopefully, tomorrow. Back to basketball, 32-31. Cal State San Bernardino with the 1-point lead. A long basket by Sean Park for 3. Wow, Park, 6'2", 200-pound junior guard from Goleta, makes it 34-32, Chico.
Excellent out of timeout, after timeout play by Chico State. You have those plays set up. After timeout, they came out, got the shot they wanted for a 3. which was outstanding for Chico State.
13 to shoot on the 35-second shot clock. Right towards the basket. Haddock's shot comes off the rim. The ball bounces out of bounds.
I'm sure that when they went through their scouting report, they have about 4 or 5 set plays for those after timeouts, and that one paid huge dividends for the three.
About 2.5 minutes until the intermission. And the shot comes off the rim, rebounded by Amir Caraway. Gives the ball to DeMario Sims, and now Sims past the midcourt line into the front court for the Wildcats.
A hand check call 47 feet from the basket. That is not a smart basketball move.
So the 5th team foul here in the first half against Cal State San Bernardino. 34-32 in favor of Chico State.
Pablo has to give San Bernardino better minutes. He's not playing well right now. That forces him to play Alexander more.
And basket good by Jordan Semple to make it 36-32, a 4-point lead for Chico State. 2 minutes left in the first half.
Since that media timeout, Chico State went on a 5-0 run.
Kwame Alexander going to the basket. Air ball. Gets the ball back. Gives it instead to Juan Martinez. And Juan Martinez scores a 5'9", 175-pound junior guard from Riverside, not too far from here in Ontario for our viewers not familiar with Southern California.
Martinez makes up for the foul he made 47 feet from the basket with that three.
Sims is blocked, and now from the near side, shot attempt by Park doesn't go, and here comes Cal State San Bernardino trailing by 1.
That should be an offensive foul on Goings. Used his right elbow to shield the defender. Great call by the official. That was definitely an offensive foul.
1 minute, 10 seconds to go in the first half. Chico State 36, Cal State San Bernardino 35 as the Wildcats lead the Coyotes by 1 point. Now Sims slows things down. Finally reaches the front court.
Chico State needs to get this possession. Next foul by San Bernardino, they'll be shooting one-on-ones.
Parker trying to go up for a shot. Doesn't go. Now moving the ball around, 13 on the arc, and driving towards the basket is Amir Caraway.
That was an excellent job by Caraway, not settling for the three, going inside, getting 2 free throws. They have a chance to go up by 3, and it's a 2-for-1 opportunity. Chico State should get the last shot of the half.
Joshua Gooch of Cal State San Bernardino called for a second personal foul, 7th team foul. Amir Caraway going to the free throw line. And the first basket, or free throw attempt, is good. 37-35, Chico State. 46.4 seconds to play first half. The winner gets Cal Poly Pomona tomorrow night. The second one is good. 38-35, 3-point lead for the Wildcats.
San Bernardino needs a good basket here. They need a good shot, a good possession, try to get the ball inside or use dribble penetration to break the defense down.
Shot clock about 10 seconds ahead of the scoreboard. 16 to shoot and 27 seconds on the scoreboard, and now they will turn off the shot clock for the remainder of the first half. With 27.2 seconds remaining, Chico State 38, Cal State San Bernardino 35. The ball will be awarded to the Coyotes.
That's not a bad foul in a sense because they had a foul to give. However, they will not get the final shot of the half.
38-35. And they get 3 here and go in tied. 15 seconds left in the half.
If I'm Chico State, if I can come out of this half with the lead, I'll feel real good going into the final 20 minutes.
From the corner for 3, no, air ball, grabbed by Amir Caraway, down, long court pass.
They called a foul on a half-court shot That's inexcusable. You can't do that from a defensive perspective. Listen, the ball is going to be short. You're going to go into halftime. Down by 3. Chico State has a chance to go up by 6 on a bad foul on a last-second shot from 70 feet from the basket.
Cal State San Bernardino has headed to the locker room. Chico State still out on the floor, and I think they have to call somebody back to shoot the free throw. And Amir Caraway, he was still out there on the floor, very upset. So 38-35, and now they say there's 0.2 of a second left, so we're not quite at halftime yet. And like I said, the Coyotes, even though they were trailing, they were happy to go out to the locker room and start resting.
Exactly. Alexander makes the foul from 75 feet from the basket.
His first personal foul, I think they say the 8th team foul, so Amir Caraway above the free throw line.
Well, here's the issue, Dave. They get 3 free throws. They have a chance to go up by 6 at half when the best case scenario, they was going to go up by 3.
Makes the first one. Makes the second one, so now 40-35. And Amir Caraway, the 6'5", 215-pound junior forward from Vallejo, will get one more. And you're right, if he gets this one, it's going to be a 6-point halftime lead for the Chico State Wildcats. And he does. So 0.2 of a second, they'll inbound the ball, that's going to be it. And now we finally go to halftime with the score. Chico State Wildcats 41, the Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes 35, the number 3 seed leading the number 2 seed by 6 points at the break here in Ontario. You're watching the 2013 CCAA basketball tournament live across America and around the world on Liquid Event TV. halves wrapping up here between Chico State and Cal State San Bernardino. Players back to their benches as the intermission winds down, and Chico State Wildcats leading Cal State San Bernardino 41-35. And you know, as you mentioned, Doc, the fact that what could have been a three-point game with that foul, three free throws, and it's 41-35, a 6-point deficit for the Coyotes instead.
Yeah, you know, going into halftime, I'm sure that Chico State has the momentum at this point. They get an opportunity to go into half with a 6-point lead. A couple things that stick out to mind right now for me is that Chico State has 11 free throws compared to San Bernardino has 2. So San Bernardino has to do a better job of getting to the rim right now.
Chico State leads by a score of 41-35. The Wildcats will inbound the ball on alternating possession.
Last 3 minutes of the ball game in the first half, Chico State outscoring Cal State San Bernardino 7-2. As we're underway, again, Chico State in the red uniforms and Cal State San Bernardino in kind of the light gray uniforms as Alexander gets the rebound following the missed shot.
Cal State San Bernardino came out in an aggressive man-to-man in that possession. The first 4 minutes is going to be pivotal.
Shot clock down to 15 seconds. 10 to shoot. Now 7 seconds. Gooch trying to get rid of the ball. Bell on an air ball shot. And a loose ball picked up by Conrad, who gives it to Demario Sims.
I'm sure Oliver is not happy with that possession. You shoot an air ball with 5 seconds left in the shot clock. It's extremely important that San Bernardino come out in these next 4 minutes to establish themselves because they're down by 6. Chico State has the momentum.
Greg Klink in his 5th year as the head coach at Chico State. Jeff Oliver, his 11th season, all of age 40, 11th season at Cal State San Bernardino.
I'm sure Oliver has aged 6 years at this point, especially with that foul at the end of the half.
Get him with the ball, Lacey Haddock for Cal State San Bernardino.
San Bernardino needs to get back to what they was doing well in the first half. Dribble penetration by Goins, finding the open players.
18:36 to play. Still 41-35 in favor of Chico State, and we're a minute and a half into the second half. And driving towards the basket, Lacey Haddock as the whistle blows. Demario Sims gets his first personal foul. Of course, the first team foul here in the second half against the Wildcats.
As we said, Dave, you can see the foul was created by dribble penetration. Cal State San Bernardino has some very athletic and quick guards. They need to get to the middle of the floor. They're creating problems, mismatch problems for Chico State. If they can continue to do that, they'll find success in the second half.
At the free throw line, Lacey Haddock. Makes the free throw. That's the first point of the second half. Actually makes both of them 41-37, 4-point Wildcats lead.
Excellent move by Sims.
Yeah,
Shake and bake, get to the rim.
Sims going to the basket and scores 43-37. Back to a 6-point advantage for the Wildcats. 18:05 to play in the ball game.
San Bernardino has struggled all night long in their man-to-man defense, guarding Chico State. 4 out, 1 in, dribble drive offense.
Loose ball picked up by Amir Caraway. Now Demario Sims into the front court. Goes over to Caraway. They switch off, give the ball to Rashad Parker. Now pass over to Park. Park trying to get that pass underneath the basket to Caraway, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Although that was a turnover, as you can see, middle dribble penetration. they just happened to get a turnover in that situation there.
17:32 to play in the ball game. Chico 43, San Bernardino 37. Shot from the corner by Johnny Bell doesn't go. Sims gives the pass to Parker. Now over to Caraway.
Caraway has had a huge first half. Great post up in the block by Jason Conrad. Got Alexander on his back. Great entry pass. One of the issues when you find in posting up, the entry pass is so important. Excellent job of getting the ball inside.
So 43-37.
5-second violation. Ball awarded to Cal State San Bernardino.
5-second call on the inbound play. Chico has to do a better job of executing.
Wildcats up by half a dozen. Just over 17 minutes left in regulation. We haven't had overtime yet. Could happen in this ball game. And long three-point shot by Brian Goins doesn't go. Kwame Alexander is blocked, and coming up with the basketball, Rashad Parker for the Wildcats.
Excellent defense by Chico State.
And the basket's good by Sean Park. And now all of a sudden, a big lead, 46-37, as the Wildcats are up by 9.
That block led to the three in the corner. Excellent job of finding the offensive player in transition.
That's the biggest lead of the ball game at 9, but San Bernardino responds by Joshua Gooch, 46-39. Chico State over Cal State San Bernardino, 16-19 to go.
You know, Dave, I haven't had a chance to watch both of these teams play against one another, but I can see why San Bernardino has struggled against Chico State. Their four-out offense has given San Bernardino problems in the open court.
So the Wildcats lead by 7. Clock starts now as the ball's been touched by Goins. Trying to save a couple seconds. It may come in handy as we get down to the last minute or two of the ball game.
San Bernardino made a change. They did not start Pablo coming out of halftime. I'm sure Oliver wasn't happy with his play.
Johnny Bell scores as we go underneath the 16-minute mark. Chico State 46, Cal State San Bernardino 41. 5-point ball game.
That flash to the high post and the zone is open all day. They need to execute that and really drive that home going in the last 15 minutes.
Shot clock at 35. Now loose ball in the scramble. And the ball's going to be picked up by Johnny Bell for the Coyotes.
Every possession means something. That was a poor possession by Chico State. You can't have a turnover in that situation.
Shot from about 6 by Gooch. Gets his own rebound. Follow up. That doesn't go. Kwame Alexander on the rebound. The ball is blocked. And coming up with it is Parker.
Oliver needs to watch it. He can get a technical over there. He's not happy with that non-call on Alexander.
And there's a timeout on the floor. 15:03 to play in the ball game. Chico State Wildcats 46 and the Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes 41.
Dave, let's go back to the halftime. San Bernardino gives up a foul. Chico State knocks down 3 free throws. You take those 3 free throws away, now you're talking about a 43-41 game. Different game, different scenario. San Bernardino has to keep their composure at this point. They are the higher seed, but again, Chico State has beaten them twice. So the old adage is, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, but I'll tell you, as a coach, I would rather be the team that beat the team twice versus the team that lost to the team twice.
As we mentioned earlier in our broadcast, Cal State San Bernardino has lost only 6 games this season. 2 of those 6 losses to Chico State. January 12th at Casulas Arena in San Bernardino. Chico State beat Cal State San Bernardino 69-65. Then February 15th at Acker Gym in Chico. Chico won that game 64-61.
You remember Chico State went through a point in the season when they lost a few games in a row. So for them to come back right now, they've gotten on a roll. they won a very big game against Cal State Dominguez Hills. You know, actually, we could have been watching Dominguez Hills playing San Bernardino tonight.
The Wildcats coming in 5-6 on the road this year. They have a 0-0 record in neutral court games. And Chico State will inbound the basketball. And that attempt underneath the basket doesn't go. Coming back the other way is Goins. Going to give the ball instead to Haddock. Haddock's shot comes off, rebounded by Jordan Semple for Chico State.
That was a wild shot by Haddock, but we talked about it. After timeout plays is huge. Chico State should have scored on that baseline out of bounds play.
14:39 to go. 5-point lead for the Wildcats. The number 3 seed trying to upset the number 2 seed. And underneath, Jordan Semple. And that makes it 48-41.
That bad shot by Haddock turns into a shot and score down here for San Bernardino. They have to do a better job of recognizing the clock, knowing what they want to accomplish.
Oh, and going down hard is Kwame Alexander trying to go up for a shot. And boy, I tell you, you get to hear the thud all the way up here. The 6'7", 240-pound senior forward from Moreno Valley.
He got undercut there. It was unintentional. He's pretty upset right now, but I tell you what, that guy, I'm telling you, if that guy doesn't have a career in basketball, he should be in the combines in the NFL next year.
Well, all of the professional leagues overseas outside of the United States, I think there's going to be an opportunity for him to play, and maybe the NBA Development League, maybe even the NBA, as Kwame Alexander misses the first free throw.
You know, Cal State San Bernardino has a guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he plays for the Atlanta Hawks, who went to Cal State Bernardino and played a few years ago.
Alexander averaging 19.8 points in his last 5 games, including 9 double-doubles to lead the CCAA. Kwame Alexander, and it's a 48-41 ball game as the Wildcats still lead by 7.
Alexander is really upset right now. I tell you what, if I'm Oliver right now, I need to get Alexander out of the game. And as I say that, there's a technical foul on Alexander, or is it Oliver? But at this point, if I'm Oliver, I got to sub him out of the game because he's starting to lose his composure.
Yeah, get
right now.
Alexander settle down a little bit, chill on the bench.
Yeah, I would definitely need to get him out of the game.
So the Cal State San Bernardino bench gets called for the technical foul. 14:01 to play. Chico State leading by 7, and Rashad Parker will shoot the free throw for the Wildcats. Makes the first one. So you go back to those 3 points they made at the end of the first half on the foul on a 3-point shot. They converted all 3 of those. And now the technical on the bench. That's 5 points that Chico State has scored just from a 3-point foul and a technical foul.
You can't do that right now, Dave. That's what I was speaking about earlier. San Bernardino needs to be composed. They are the higher seed. They've been there before, so they need to keep their composure. But you can see the pressure is mounting on them right now. They've given up 5 points, which never should have happened. So now they're down by 9 at the 14-minute mark.
Back Wildcats with that 9-point lead for at least the 3rd time in the ball game, 50-41. Under 14 to play. And traveling is going to be called against Jordan Semple.
That travel, I don't know about that. Maybe that's a makeup call, I don't know. But at this point, San Bernardino has to come out right now and convert at this point.
Well, Doc, I think with this kind of tight ball game, they want to kind of tighten it a little bit, perhaps officiating-wise. That's just a guess on our part because a lot on the line for these 2 ball clubs. Of course, the winner of the championship games tomorrow night, they get an automatic berth in the NCAA Division II West Regionals. And it's always nice when you get an automatic invite as opposed to having to kind of work your way through the 1 through 8 seed. If I remember correctly, a couple years ago, the 7 seed won the West Regional.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Going to the basket and scoring, Joshua Gooch.
Chico State has to get and win the tournament to get an opportunity to play in a regional. So they have a lot more at stake to play right now, and they're playing like that.
Mario Sims misses the layup. Loose ball goes out of bounds, and the ball will belong to Chico State. Coming over, Sean Park will inbound the basketball for the Wildcats. 13-16 to play. Chico State 50, Cal State San Bernardino 43.
San Bernardino may want to start thinking about trapping that ball screen because they're getting burned on the show and recover.
Jordan Semple with the basket makes it 52-43, back to a 9-point advantage. 13 minutes left in regulation. The Wildcats leading the Coyotes by 9.
If you take a look at it, I think you're right, Dave. The officials are starting to wrap their arms around this game a little bit more. A lot more touch fouls are being called. But let's look at it. 5 points has been given away by San Bernardino. You take those 5 points away, it's a different ball game right now.
And in fact, if the point differential of this game ends with 5 points, they'll know exactly where Chico State got those points. And you mentioned in some of the other games today, you know, if you have a chance to go to the line, you need to make those shots from the charity stripe.
Exactly. This second half, San Bernardino has been much more aggressive on the offensive end. They're starting to get more free throws. They are bigger, but they're struggling again with the ball screens that Chico State is putting out there on them. Their weak side defense isn't good at all. I would suggest they may want to start trapping that ball screen or go to the 1-1-3 again.
Shooting at the line, Joshua Gooch, 6'5", 185-pound junior guard forward from Columbus, Ohio, makes it 52-45. Second one is good, makes it 52-45. 12:52 to go and a 7-point lead for the Wildcats of Chico State.
Pablo needs to play huge minutes here. It looks as though Kwame's checking back in the game. I think they got him calmed down over there.
Sims, give it over to Caraway. Caraway for 3, nothing but net.
Again, Dave, that ball screen is giving them fits. They did a pick and pop there. They didn't recognize Caraway outside shooting the basketball. Last time we checked, he was well over 17 points. He's playing extremely well right now. I think he's in the 20-point range right now as we haven't got the updated stats.
There is a timeout, 12:31 to play in the ball game. Chico State with their biggest lead of the night on top, 55-45 over Cal State San Bernardino. And we've had one upset. Maybe this might be upset number 2 on the first day. And of course, tomorrow at 5:30, we'll have the women's championship game. The number 4 seed, Cal State Los Angeles Golden Eagles. They will take on the number 2 seed, University of California San Diego Tritons. And the winner of this game, they will take on the number 1 seed, Cal Poly Pomona, in the men's game at 8 o'clock. So again, the women's championship at 5:30, men's game at 8 o'clock. We'll have it for you live on Liquid Event TV at liquidevent.tv/live. Again, liquidevent.tv/live at 5:30 tomorrow. From Ontario and the Citizens Business Bank Arena. I'll be honest, great venue for basketball. I'm going to come out sometime and see this venue in a hockey situation.
I would never imagine it was a hockey match, but I can't actually see the boards.
Yeah, you can see the boards that are covered up.
Yeah.
In between games, we're going to have the almost an hour intermission between the women's semifinals, these men's semifinals. They've kind of curtained off the top of the arena, so it really gives you a more intimate atmosphere. Seats 10,832 for basketball. Now I think in the configuration with the curtains, maybe down to 4,000 or 5,000.
There's a good defensive play
by getting the
Chico
ball is
State.
Haddock.
But see, Dave, what you see here, San Bernardino's out of control. I mean, they're not playing with any composure right now, which is hurting them.
16 seconds left on the shot clock as the Coyotes will inbound the basketball. Comes all the way out to Haddock. Shot clock already down to 10 seconds. Goins.
They're really starting to call the game tight now, Dave. As you can see, in the first half, they was allowing those bump fouls. There's no bump on the floor. They was letting them play a little bit more rough. Right now, they're calling a lot of touch fouls right now.
55-45, Wildcats by 10. 12 minutes left in regulation. And of course, the big advantage with that ball going out of bounds, the Coyotes got a 35-second reset on the shot clock, but that doesn't bother Brian Goings as he scores the three-point basket. And it's 55-48 with 11:53 to play in the ball game. Timeout on the floor. And it's the Wildcats by 7.
Goings is an excellent player. He can create his own shot, Dave, but he also can get other people involved as well. He's an excellent outside shooter. He can penetrate to the basket. He's one of their better players in their conference. I do believe he was the newcomer of the year. But I tell you what, Chico State right now, they're up by 7. They need to continue to do what they're doing, run their high ball screens, but I would suspicion right now that Coach Oliver is going to switch their defense, especially coming out of this timeout.
11:53 to play. Well, all of a sudden you can hear a pin drop inside Citizens Business Bank Arena. Again, come on out tomorrow. Should be dry weather after the rain. And rainstorm going to the east, so it's supposed to be sunny and getting a little bit warmer tomorrow, and of course as the weekend continues. Cal Poly Pomona in baseball got rained out tomorrow. They'll play a doubleheader with Cal State Dominguez Hills tomorrow as scheduled. They'll make up the rain out on Sunday out here in the Pomona area at Cal State Pomona.
I tell you what, Dave, I'm going to go back again. Those 5 points are critical right now. You take that off the board, Chico State is up by 2 right now.
Instead, it's 55-48, 11 minutes, 49 seconds to play.
Chico State does a great job of running their half-court offense. There was a little flex series they had on the bottom side, getting the ball to Caraway. Here's a ball screen. Great post up on a guard.
And trying to go up for the shot is Jordan Semple. And they're going to call it a 2-shot foul. We saw one of the officials put up 2 fingers. So Jordan Semple will go to the free throw line. And again, fouled underneath the basket, maybe an unnecessary foul. We'll see what Semple does at the line.
Well, they had a mismatch down low. You had a guard Goings guarding a post player, so he did what he needed to do to try to go up and create a play. But that was a great, again, Klink has done an outstanding job in regards to his play selection coming out of after timeouts. Great set. You have a violation there. So it really doesn't hurt him too bad, but it depends on what San Bernardino is going to do right here. They score right here, they will be down by 6 with 11 minutes left in the game.
Chico State has not wilted under the pressure. We'll see whether or not they can continue to hold off the Coyotes. As loose ball, Semple doing a nice job of saving it from going out of bounds. Gets the ball to DeMario Sims.
Bad possession by San Bernardino. Offensive foul, so San Bernardino will get the ball back. They need to convert right here, Dave. It's very important. I didn't really agree with that possession down there. If they can score here, they'll still be down by 6.
After the foul, the ball's awarded to the Coyotes.
That one looked like it was away from the ball because Sims was just dribbling the ball. Nobody was around him. So a 56-48, 11 minutes to go.
Look at Goings again. Great spine down low. You can see the entire floor. Excellent basketball play.
And Joshua Gooch with the easy bucket, 56-50.
There's a high ball screen again.
Sims off balance. Shot doesn't go, but I think he's going to go to the free throw line.
They're doing an excellent job, Chico State. What they're doing, they're putting Kwame Alexander in a high ball screen. He's not reacting fast enough to get back, and Sims is turning the corner, going in for the layup.
DeMario Sims at the line shooting 2.
So DeMario Sims at the free throw line. Sims, 6 foot, 180-pound senior guard from West Oakland. I've seen a lot of these guys the last 4 years. Kind of hard to believe they're finally moving on, graduating, and going on with their life with a college degree. 57-50, 7-point lead for Chico State, 10:38 left.
I tell you what, I remember Dario again when he was a freshman at McClymonds, so I've had the opportunity of watching for the last 8 years.
You know, some of these players for opposing teams, when I'm following the Cal State Dominguez Hills games, it's always kind of fun because you know, see how they grow in addition to the players of the team that you're covering.
Exactly. When I started the job, I had black hair. Now it's gray.
When I started the job, I had more hair. And now I'm balding. At the free throw line, Lacey Haddock, after 4 games today, are starting to get a little loopy here. 10:33 to go, almost midway through the second half. The free throw again by Haddock is good. And with 10:33 to play, Chico State 57, Cal State San Bernardino 52.
Very important possession. Chico State again is running those. I mean, they're doing an excellent job of spacing the floor, creating one-on-one matchups for San Bernardino. There's a foul there on Kwame Alexander going to the rim. Excellent job of penetration from Goins again. He's making things happen. He's getting other players involved.
Now we have 10-10. Kwame Alexander at the free throw line shooting 2. Again, the 6'7", 240-pound senior forward from Moreno Valley.
He needs to do a better job of making his free throws. I think he's missed his last couple. Basically, if you foul a player and they miss their free throws, that's just as good as a turnover, Dave.
Chico State leading 59-52. Kwame Alexander going to try to make that a 6-point deficit for the Coyotes. And that one short off the rim, and the ball rebounded by Rashad Parker for the Wildcats.
Just like a turnover, Dave. They got nothing out of that. They run a double stagger screen.
Excellent shot, good by Rashad Parker. And it's 62-52, 10-point lead for Chico State with 9 minutes and 44 seconds left.
That right there is a 5-0 run. You give up the 2 in terms of the free throws, and you give up the 3.
Kwame Alexander responds for Cal State San Bernardino. Coyotes still trailing by 8 points.
Very important 9 minutes. Demario Sims is on the bench. Let's see what Chico State can do without having their point guard on the floor.
Sean Park finally gets the ball over to Mike Rosaroso, who's in the ball game. Now Park, air ball, and coming up with it, Brian Goins for Cal State San Bernardino.
I'm sure Klink will get Demario back in the game with the next dead ball.
Under 9 minutes to play.
As we say that, Demario's at the scoring table to check in.
62-54, Chico State going to the basket. They're going to wave it off on the attempt by Gooch.
Gooch was called for a wraparound, trying to get around the defender. As you can see, Demario Sims is coming back in the game. He had a short breather of about 40 seconds, it looks like.
After the foul, the ball is awarded to the Wildcats.
So after the foul, ball awarded to the Wildcats. You may have heard the PA announcer Patrick Brown in the background. He's done an excellent job today as a PA announcer doing all 4 games. 8 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Chico State 62, Cal State San Bernardino 54. Shot comes off the rim, rebounded by Johnny Bell for the Coyotes.
I thought Chico State could have did a better job of executing their half-court offense on that possession.
Now for 3, Brian Goins. Hold on, here we go. Coyotes now down by 5.
Goins is an outstanding player. He was the newcomer of the year. You can see he can make shots for himself and his teammates.
And now they can cut it down from 5 points to possibly 3 or 2. And we have exactly 8 minutes to go.
If I'm San Bernardino, I'm getting the ball in the hands of Goins.
And going to the basket is Brian Goins. There's a whistle. Goins, the 5'10", 165-pound junior guard from Concord.
Kwame Alexander fell on the ground, did a somersault handstand, looked like a gymnast.
Timeout on the floor, 7 minutes and 53 seconds to play in the ball game. As Chico State Wildcats 62 and Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes 57. So we have just under 8 minutes left of basketball, a 5-point ball game. Couldn't ask for anything better as a basketball fan in general.
I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. Chico State, they have more at stake here, Dave. They're the number 9th ranked team in the region. They have to get to the championship game, and if they can beat San Bernardino 3 times, that could probably catapult them in the top 8. But winning the CCAA championship will get them an automatic bid. So these next 7 minutes, they're going to have to play with such a passion to get to the next level, because I'm sure that San Bernardino doesn't want to lose to them 3 times.
It's not official, but it appears that the number 1 team in the West region will be Western Washington, which means the Bellingham, Washington next weekend most likely will be the side of the West Regional. The NCAA will make the announcement, I'm sure, by Monday, but some of the other teams here, some of the other announcers talking to each other thinking, let's make plans to go to Bellingham.
Well, here is the story behind that. The men can have the regions in Bellingham, and the women can have the Western region in Bellingham, because they're the number 1 Western region team, Western Washington as well. So they can have both the men and women, and I tell you, playing up there, it's a great environment to play in.
Both teams back on the floor, and the first free throw is made by Brian Goins. And you know, Goins is one of those players coming into tonight. And look at some stats on Goins, where, you know, 78.3% from the free throw line, averaging 15.6 points per game. But he's had a huge night for the Coyotes. 62-59, 3-point lead for the Wildcats.
Chico State got away with a turnover on over and back. The official missed that. This is the key possession. San Bernardino is down by 3. They get a defensive stop, but here's that second chance we talked about, and it falls in.
By the way, check that. Cal State San Bernardino on a 7-0 run here. So after trailing by 10, 62-52, it's now 62-59 before that ball went through the hoop for the Wildcats.
Maybe the basketball gods are shining down for Chico State, because that ball bounced at least 15 times on the rim before it fell.
And Jordan Semple makes the 3-point play to make it a 65-59 game. 7 minutes, 19 seconds to play.
Goins is looking to take over now, as you can see. I mean, he's really proactive on the offensive end. He's trying to make plays.
Jordan Semple with the basketball for Chico State. Gets it over to Mario Sims. 7 minutes remaining in regulation. 65-59 Chico.
Here's another ball screen. Excellent move, went right by Alexander. Should be 3 seconds here. Yeah, 3 seconds. Barton had the ball, couldn't get it out. San Bernardino did a great job of corralling him inside, giving him no passing options.
So 65-59, still our score, 6:41 until the end of this ball game, unless we go overtime. Now, 7-point ball game, or 6-point ball game, this is far from over. In 6.5 minutes, anything can happen.
I really do believe, Dave, you know, when you go to overtime, it's usually on even numbers. Right now, you have 2 odd numbers up there. So unless they get this game to an even number, I don't think it's going to go to overtime.
In and out on the attempt by Haddock.
There's another ball screen. They're replacing on the opposite side with the wing.
Park Doesn't go, gets his own rebound, and a reset of the 35-second shot clock for the Wildcats.
Second chance points kill you. There's another ball screen. As you can see, they're rotating the ball the other side of the floor, and the other wing is stepping up on the when the defender is helping
Sims
out.
for three, air ball, and missed everything. Bell up with the loose ball and gets it to Juan Martinez. Yeah, when you get that 35-second reset on the shot clock, it takes some more time off as we have 5 minutes and 33 seconds now on the scoreboard.
One thing to notice here, San Bernardino went small. They have no one big on the floor. They're playing with 5 guards right now.
35-second shot clock, down to 10 to shoot, 8 to shoot. Goins missed that one by a lot off the backboard. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the shot clock violation, as we hear the buzzer, goes off, and Chico State will have the basketball.
Yeah, San Bernardino is playing basically with a 4-out, 1-in. I'm not on the floor, but it looks like the tallest player is 6'4". Bunch of guards. They're trying to spread them out to handle those ball screens, it looked like.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes right now as Jordan Semple in traffic tries to feed the ball in to Jordan Barton. And Barton couldn't score. Barton, a 6'7", 245-pound sophomore forward from Oakland.
San Bernardino may be better suited at this point to switch all those ball screens. They're pretty much the same size on the perimeter. They're running these high ball screens, and they're bringing the opposite guard on the opposite sides. So as the roller's rolling down, he's sucking down defenders, and they're throwing it to the replace on the same side of the ball.
Then at the free throw line, Jordan Barton. That one bounces and comes off the rim as it's rebounded by Gooch. 66-59, 7-point lead for Chico State with 4:48 to go. Underneath and working his way towards the basket, Joshua Gooch. And it's going to be the third and final media timeout. Well, maybe they're just going to make a substitution instead, but there should be another media timeout coming up. Usually under the 5 minute, under the 5-minute mark. Under 15, under 10, and under 5, a dead ball situation. Quickly coming into the front court with the basketball is Rashad Parker. Parker gets over to Semple now on the far side. The basket good by Amir Caraway. And it's 69-61, Chico State by 8.
He is on fire. He's playing out of a tree, Dave.
4 minutes and 19 seconds left in regulation. Oh, ball swatted away by Jordan Semple. Kind of reminds me of that basketball commercial right now for Geico.
Oh, the one with the Kimbe?
Yeah,
that one.
Not at my house.
Yeah, that's a great commercial.
I love how he swats the G in Geico at the end.
Well, it looks as though they're substituting Alexander back in the game, so they're going with their original lineup. 4-out, 1-in, trying to establish Alexander down low, comes right in and makes a basket.
And Alexander with the bucket makes it a 7-point ball game. Chico State 69, Cal State, San Bernardino 63. Under 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 54 to play.
See how they're emptying out the floor there. They're trying to create one-on-one opportunities. Here's another ball screen coming in the middle of the floor. A little pick and pop action. There's a dribble handoff.
Park.
Penetration basket.
Bounce passes. Jordan Semple, 71-63, 3:32 left. And it's an 8-point lead for Chico State.
They're doing an excellent job of running their half-court offense. Outstanding job. Now they get an offensive charge on Goins, who's trying to make something happen. Chico State is up by 8 with 3 minutes left with the basketball. And again, we can talk about it. Take away those 5 points, they're only up by 3.
Media timeout, the final media timeout in regulation, 3:23 to play. And it's Chico State 71, Cal State San Bernardino 63. Now, still 3:23 is a long time, but you know, if you're Jeff Oliver, you have to be a little worried about your team down by 8 and under 3.5 to go.
Yeah, I'm definitely worried because I'm down by 8. I've given up 71 points. I'm looking at 3 possessions by both teams. So having said that, Chico State has a chance to at least reaching 80 points because Cal State San Bernardino has had a difficult time guarding their ball screens in the middle of the floor. In the first half, San Bernardino played their 1-1-3 defense to stifle the middle penetration. But since they've went man-to-man, they've struggled to guard the ball screens, and Chico State is executing their offense flawless. Amir is having an outstanding game. Sims is playing an outstanding game, and they have a bunch of role players that understand their roles right now. San Bernardino, on the other hand, they really haven't done anything really to stifle Chico State on the offensive end, although Goings is doing his job offensively, but their temper have gotten them in trouble, and these next 3 minutes are going to be critical.
Chico State led 41-35 at the half, and for Cal State San Bernardino, if they trail out the half, they're 9-5.
That's an interesting stat, Dave.
And they've only scored in the 60s, and when they score 60 points, they're 2-5 this year, and they have 63 on the board. 8-point lead for Chico State, 3:07 left.
There's the ball screen again, Dave. There's the dump down to the front of the rim. They haven't been able to stop that all game. I think it's going to be tough for San Bernardino. Right now, they're down 10 with 2 minutes left.
Semple with the basket. Semple averaging 8.7 points per game coming in, and he's had an excellent game for the Wildcats, and there's a 2-point basket by Johnny Bell. 73-66, Chico State by 7. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left in regulation.
San Bernardino.
Semple gets another one for 3, and it's now 76-66 Wildcats with under 2.5 minutes to play, a 10-point lead for the number 3 seed.
That was a huge shot made. I wouldn't have recommended that, but he has a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And Kwame Alexander comes right back to respond for Cal State San Bernardino. Timeout on the floor here at the Citizens Business Bank Arena in Ontario. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. It's Chico State 76, Cal State San Bernardino 68.
I'll tell you what, they're down by 8 with 2 minutes left, so conventional wisdom would suggest the fact that Chico State will win this basketball game, but I would tell you, we was in a similar situation. We was playing Pomona at our gym. We was up by 6 with 2 minutes left in the game and wind up losing that game. So anything can happen in this situation right here, but San Bernardino has to do a better job of stopping Chico State offensively, and they struggled all evening long.
The winner of this game will face Cal Poly Pomona tomorrow night at 8 o'clock here in Ontario. The 5:30 Women's Championship game is Cal State Los Angeles versus UC San Diego.
There's another ball screen. As you can see, they're running a lot of ball screens.
2
Here's
minutes.
Another one coming here, Dave.
Demario
There's a switch
Sims
out there.
with the basketball. Sorry, I want to get that 2 minutes in, so we're about under 2 minutes to play here in this ball game. 76-68, Chico State leading the 2 seed. Cal State San Bernardino by 8 points. Demario Sims loses the ball, kind of knocked away a bit by Johnny Bell. And Cal State San Bernardino comes back the other way. An alley-oop pass intended for Alexander didn't quite go. Now a 3-point shot from the far corner. That one comes off the rim. And a good rebound as the ball is picked up by Amir Caraway for Chico State.
Don't understand that play. Why am I trying to do the hot dog right now? I'm down by 8 points. I don't need a lob. I need a basket. That play could be the death of San Bernardino right now. They had an opportunity for a breakout, and they want to do a lob. I don't understand that play.
Semple going up, draws the foul. We're now down to 1 minute and 7 seconds, or 67 seconds. Want to use that way, and I think it's some of these unforced errors that foul on the 3-point shot attempt at the end of the half that Chico State got 3 points from there. The technical foul on the Cal State San Bernardino bench, 2 more points for Chico State. And that's one of the reasons they lead 76-68 as Jordan Semple makes the first free throw. And now you begin to wonder, with 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining, whether or not this game is starting to be put on ice by the Wildcats.
Well, you had a situation there, Dave, again. You you had a chance to get the game down by 6. The only thing I need to do is get a layup, whether it's a dunk, whether it's a layup. Why am I trying to do a lob and then I missed the shot? They come down and score two points. Now I'm down by 10 with a minute left.
Get a 10-point lead for the second time in the half. And Brian Goines with a quick basket, but now under a minute to go, 78-70, Chico State in the lead. And in fact, they initially took a 6-5 lead after trailing at one point 3-2. And it's been pretty much Chico State all night long.
Yeah, the decision making by San Bernardino surprises me. But again, having never watched these two teams play, I can see why that San Bernardino is 0-2 against Chico State.
Kwame Alexander with the ball, called for traveling. So that unforced turnover with 34.2 seconds remaining, and a timeout called on the floor. Chico State leading 78-70. And it looks like it's going to be Chico State versus Cal Poly Pomona tomorrow night, and that's going to be quite a ball game. That's going to be an interesting ball game because it's two contrasting styles. You're going to have Cal Poly Pomona, who's going to run that 1-1-3 defense, and Chico State, who wants to get up and down the floor. The ball screens that they're using tonight will not be available tomorrow for them like it was this evening. So Chico State is going to have to do a better job of attacking the zone and getting shots inside. By the way, you know the record between Chico State and Pomona during the season series? No, I don't. I was just thinking about that. We'll research that either tonight or early tomorrow morning at the hotel.
Because that's going to tell a lot on how that game is going to go. But right now, the only thing Chico State needs to do is get the ball in bounds. Bernardino has to foul, be solid with the basketball, and make your free throws. They'll come away with a win.
I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be Cal Poly Pomona and Cal State San Bernardino tomorrow night, and Chico State has made a real believer out of me.
Yeah, they're a fine club. They're well coached. They're disciplined. They make the right plays. They play as a team. Therefore, they're able to do things. San Bernardino has more athleticism. They have more talent, but their decision-making was questionable tonight. Their temper got in their way. You go to two plays, Dave, we talked about fouling at the end of the half, 70 feet from the basket. You can't do that, and then you get you get a technical foul, which gives you 5 points against a good team. You just can't do that. I do believe that San Bernardino should still make it to the region. Chico State played hungry. They knew what was at stake. They knew they needed to win this basketball game, and from the opening tip, they've been the better and the more aggressive team this evening.
26.2 seconds remaining. Jordan Semple at the free throw line. Chico State leading 78-70, make it 79-70.
Can Chico State come out with the same intensity as they did today? I'm sure that Coach Klink went to school on the game between San Francisco State and Pomona. They've seen exactly what San Francisco State did to get Pomona out of their offense. I'm sure Coach Klink is going to do some similar action tomorrow. 10-point
lead with 26.2 seconds, so Chico State will win. Final question mark is what the final score will be. Alexander kicks it out. Martinez now on the near side to Goines. Goines for three. That makes it 80-73, 7-point lead. And now Cal State San Bernardino calls timeout with 15.3 seconds.
Goines has not quit playing. He's a true competitor, high competitive spirit. He's doing what he needs to do. The rest of his teammates today didn't bring their energy. And like I said before, you can look at a team and say, hey, it's tough to beat a team 3 times, but I would rather be that team that beat that team twice because I have more confidence going into it. I've been on the other side of that, Dave, and I tell you what, as much as you want to believe in that, it is a psychological edge. going against a team that has beaten you twice.
So Chico State trying to get the 3rd win of the season. And getting at breakfast this morning, talking to one of the Chico State players, saying, we know it's going to be tough to win 3 times in a row. And right now, we're 15.3 seconds away from the 7th loss of the year for Cal State San Bernardino, and 3 of those 7 to the Chico State Wildcats. I'm sure Jeff Oliver's thinking, what do we need to do to beat these guys? And if Chico State wins, that'll be 5 wins in a row for the Wildcats in the last 5 games, a 5-0 streak against Cal State San Bernardino. Now 7 seconds left.
Well, just think, Dave, they won simply because Dominguez Hills could not make free throws.
And the buzzer sounds, final score, as the Chico State Wildcats, the number 3 seed for the 3rd time this year, have beaten the California State University San Bernardino Coyotes by a final score, Chico State 80 and Cal State San Bernardino 73. So now the championship Saturday field is set at 5:30. The women's championship game, the number 4 seed Cal State Los Angeles Golden Eagles against the number 2 seed UC San Diego Tritons. And then in the men's championship game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, we'll see the number 3 seed Chico State Wildcats, and they will face the top-seeded Cal Poly Pomona Broncos.
Both games are going to be outstanding tomorrow. You're going to have 2 teams fighting to get to the region. They have to win. They have to win tomorrow to get an opportunity to play on in March Madness. So you're going to see 2 excellent games tomorrow. Cal State LA, UC San Diego. And then you're going to have the nightcap was going to be Chico State and Pomona. 2 great basketball games. I would suspicion that you're going to watch some of the best basketball of the year.
Well, we've had 4 great basketball games, none of them blowouts, and basically all coming down towards the last couple of minutes deciding who was going to win the ball game. So tomorrow night at 5:30, the women's championship game, 8 o'clock, the men's championship game. We'll have it for you live here on liquidevent.tv/live. Now for our entire Liquid Event TV crew and Dr. Joaquin Wallace, David Smock saying so long from Citizens Business Bank Arena in Ontario. Once again, tonight's final score, Chico State 80 and Cal State San Bernardino 73. Thank you very much for watching. Good night. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Until then, across America and around the world, this is Liquid Event TV.